I feel scared now every time I see a police officer, even walking. The way that just 5 officers jumped on top of me and I was just pinned down, couldn't breathe, had me in cuffs for almost 2 hours, and then just slapped me with a $5,500 fine on the spot. Just want to say I'm disappointed, and it's going to be hard to forgive them.
I'm Yemini for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia. I'm here today to meet one of the protesters arrested last year.
So we were attending a rally in Richmond. We just thought we'd attend because we were on the urge of losing our jobs, because it was the day they announced that we had to be vaccinated to work in the construction industry. So it was the first ever rally I've attended to do with lockdowns and vaccinations. There was a lot of police presence, and we were walking back to our vehicle, finished, and we were probably 800 metres away from our car. Our banners were rolled up and just arrested me. We received an infringement notice on the day, and then 6 months later I received just a notice saying that they're reviewing it and they're going to come back with evidence and a court date. And then yesterday I was had detectives knocking on my door. I was pretty shocked because I was sitting at the front of my house. I wasn't even home from work yet, and I was just in this undercover police car. Before I even got out of my car in my garage, they're walking up my driveway with big paperwork, files like this big. And then I was just pretty nervous too, just seeing them again because of what they did to me.
Check the takedown. Working media. Got your police. Hold on.
Couldn't breathe as well.
It's full on, huh?
Yeah.
Was that the first time you've been arrested?
First time.
You must have done some pretty messed up shit to be... How many of them on you?
I was 5 or 6, and then there's...
These are your injuries?
I got a few, just my hands.
Yeah, it's a confronting thing to have 5 cops jump on top of you. Why did you go to protest?
Because I was going to lose my job. And I don't believe that forcing a vaccination on someone to be able to work is a reason to lose your job.
How do you feel about a fight? About going to court?
Bit nervous.
Have you been to court before?
No, never.
Never. Okay. If you remember, I remember pretty clearly because I was reporting on it all, but I remember at the time they were going after the people who were inciting it, who were organising it, charging them with incitement, kicking in doors.
Leave my shit! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, okay! Alright, stop! Stop!
Telling us that they were, taking it down from the top, but it seems they've let everyone at the top go, and that's the right thing. They should have never been arrested.
Yeah.
But they're still targeting the people at the bottom that attended.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably the most high profile has been the one that's gone viral around the world, and we were mocked as a nation for being kind of a dictatorship for that one. A pregnant mother arrested in a house. Her case was dropped on the same day that they served you with a court appearance.
Yes.
How does that feel?
Pretty disappointing. Pretty... I don't know, I didn't expect it to... Well, they've gave me 3 weeks notice to appear in court. They've taken a year to give me a date.
And now, looking back at it, would you go back and do it again?
I'd go back, hoping I don't get arrested.
So, yeah, so the trauma of being arrested is what was painful, but you still believe in what you
I still believe in what I was standing for that day, yes.
Are you ready to fight if we have to?
Yes.
Well, we're going to take off the pressure of having to pay for legal defence. We've
Yeah.
got Madeline, who's a gun, she's been fighting a lot of these cases. I don't know if you've been watching. She's
Yeah.
had several wins. Fightthefines.com.au, guys, if you want to help out, ensure that we can continue to take on these cases. And especially the big appeal. The appeal, I don't know if you saw Kerry Cottrell, who was actually just walking down the street in her 5Ks, wasn't even breaking the rules, holding a sign that said "toot to boot." We took it to the Supreme Court, but it was in the height of COVID, and you know, I dare say the Supreme Court judge was probably scared of COVID himself, so he ruled against us, and we appealed it because the law is actually on our side.
Yep.
And if we win it, that'll help us not just with your case, but with a dozen of these protest cases that we currently have afoot. That's if police are stupid enough not to drop it before then. So we're going to fight to have them drop it earlier, because there's no reason you should be put under that kind of stress, and every single one of you pushing this in the prosecution's office should be ashamed of yourselves. If you had to fight it alone, like if you had to do it alone, would you fight it?
Yeah,
What were you-
I'd still try and fight it.
By yourself? Were you going to hire a lawyer, or you were?
I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Can you afford to throw, probably 5-10 grand?
Well, they gave me the option, if you want a diversion, you got to admit that you're guilty and pay $500 to a charity.
But you out of principle, you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not guilty.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The process is a punishment. So they basically, what they've told you is, if you pay this money and you admit guilt, then we'll save you from having to spend $10,000 of your own to defend yourself for something that you believe was your human right to do.
Yeah. Either way, you're giving them money.
That's exactly why we do what we're doing.
Yeah.
We think that it's outrageous, and that overreach, and no Victorian, no Australian should feel like they have to either admit guilt to something they didn't do, or pay any money to a system to defend what should be just basic human rights. That's why I'm excited. I'm excited to take on another case, especially after people think that it's all over, because they're withdrawing some of the high profile ones. They need to withdraw all of them, including yours.
100%.
And we'll make sure they do, or we will fight them tooth and nail to the end.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this report, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, share it far and wide, because the mainstream media, they're reporting on the cases being withdrawn, especially the high-profile ones, but you won't see anything about Oceana's story. So it's up to you guys, because one of the things helping these people, the victims of police brutality throughout the lockdown, to have their cases withdrawn is the nature of how many people have seen it, how high profile it is. So it's up to you guys to make this just as high profile, embarrass the police, and hopefully we will withdraw it. And if they don't, we'll be there to fight to the end, but that's with your help at fightthefines.com.au.